everyone. Oh, well, wow. Right, need to compose it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm sound.
Right, I'm sound. So, hello, everyone. This is the 2023 season review. So, all across the year, overall, for obviously anyone that doesn't have Facebook or they just listen to the podcast, second overall, aren't we?
Yeah, we've managed to get second in championship, which is actually a pretty good achievement, to be fair, for his first year on a 600. So, yeah, I'm buzzing with it, to be honest.
Yeah. Obviously, we're here, there, and everywhere. To be fair, we had Pembrey and Wales round 2, didn't we?
Yeah.
Obviously, the trek to bloody Norwich.
Oh, yeah, for Snetterton twice.
It's horrible, isn't it, that drive?
Yeah.
And then, obviously, we're at Brands Hatch twice as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been here, there, and everywhere.
Only done the Indy, though, haven't we, this year? We did the GP last year, we've only done the Indy this year twice, so...
Yeah, Indy this year twice, and we did the 300 at Snetterton twice as well. And looking at the results, we have left every circuit with a medal.
Yeah, I think we have, actually, yeah.
That is some achievement, considering it's our first year on, obviously, the 600s. So
I think there was only like 4 or 5 races that I didn't get a medal, you know.
Yeah.
Overall.
Overall, because you did get 22 medals overall this season.
Right.
To add up, which is, obviously, it's outstanding, isn't it?
Yeah.
You exceeded expectations, as we've said, right from round 1. So, for anyone that didn't watch the last podcast, we did a slight season review of like the first half of the season, didn't we? It was quick and brief, but we'll just quickly go through it. So from Brands Hatch Indy, we got 2 fourths and 2 thirds.
Yeah.
Obviously, in that race as well, we had a couple stock lads from BSB.
Yeah.
Fenton was there. Fenton Seabright, for anyone that knows him, World Superbikes.
Yeah, well, World Super Sport 300, isn't he?
Yeah.
Still a good rider, very good rider.
Obviously, he pissed it, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it were very good. It were a lot of adapting for you that weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, just trying to get used to it and just trying to get in a flow of racing a bike again. It's kind of hard after you have so much time off over winter, and then obviously I was away testing like a couple of months before, well, a couple of weeks before actually, like the week before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what helped me along and scurried me along.
You did what you could, and obviously it was clear that there were a few riders on that grid at the start of the season, come the end of the season, that Brands was their first ever time on that bike, the likes of Dylan Miller.
Yeah. Jack Muir, yeah.
Obviously it was his first time as well, and results did prove that, but come the end of the season, each rider has progressed significantly, haven't they? But yeah, to obviously take 2 bronze medals away from that first round, it's mint, innit?
Oh yeah,
absolutely over the moon. Like, we went home and we were like, Jesus Christ, like, would snap your hand off if you said that before, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So moving on to Pembrey round 2, this were April time.
Yeah.
And again, mint. Obviously it's a circuit, none of us, well, we've heard of it, haven't we? But it's not very spoken about within paddocks. And we had 1 fourth and 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that were a very good weekend as well. Despite the massive trek down, it were pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fairly enjoyed it, you know, just out in the middle of nowhere racing bikes.
Yeah. It was weird, wasn't it? But it was good at the same time. It was scenic for the sake of the planes coming over when you bloody started your race and stuff. It was really good. And obviously...
Sorry.
Bless you. Weather related, it were actually surprisingly good, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was out. Yeah,
the nights were mega when we went to the marina and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really nice.
Literally no rain whatsoever. It was fairly warm.
Yeah.
For that time of year, it's normally pissing it down, but
yeah,
it was mega weather.
No, it were really good. And obviously results wise, I think the 4th was in the first race. And then in the last 3 races, not that you've pulled your finger out, but I think you just got more comfortable with the circuit.
Yeah.
But that first corner is manic, man.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Awful. Yeah.
The size of the straight, it ain't massive, but it's a slam-on corner, innit?
Oh, yeah.
And obviously you just have, I don't want to say idiots, but going up the inside and twatting everyone
causing
off.
Carnage.
Yeah. But no, overall that weekend, considering we've never been there before, and obviously it's your 4th or 5th patch of days on this 600, and you did well. You look more comfortable, and like your riding style progressively over the year, which we'll talk about later. But you just seem to adapt on the bike so well, and you just look more comfortable each round. Which, in my opinion, because obviously you pick the test days to do as well. Some riders don't do the test day, do they? They just get straight into qualifying, which is a talent to have if you're that confident. But you doing test days, obviously it's helped you each day, and it learn the circuit, learn the braking markers, and
Oh yeah, it's just a big learning gap. So you just got to take every single day that you've got extra, or that you can have extra. You just got to do it.
Yeah, and obviously the more riding time, the happier you are, the happier we are. Keeps us busy, keeps you busy, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
So moving on to round 3, which was the first of the Snetterton 300s. We had 2 seconds, a third, in the DNF.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The DNF. Do you want to? We'll start negative and turn positive. So talk to us about the
DNF. It was the last lap of the last race of the weekend, and I think someone's bike blew up in front of me, literally the lap before that.
Yeah.
So it was going on to the last lap.
Mm-hmm.
Is when I come off and it was at the first corner.
Yeah, because we saw. I remember because it was the bike that we saw on start line steaming up.
Yeah.
His visor was even steamed up. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How's he getting away with it?
It were a bit of a shit situation, but it's racing, innit? And
it's racing. Like, it was quite scary to watch, to be fair, because obviously me doing your pit board, you can see you going into the first corner. We've just looked at the first corner and you've just seen this massive cloud of smoke. It was like, you know, like the bloody scene out of Cars.
Yeah.
Like the McQueen's trying to go through it. And then when we had that, you didn't get through. Not that we weren't surprised, but like we knew something was going to happen out of that. It weren't just going to be a blow up and no precautions after it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was yourself, and it could have been anyone else. But yeah, quite a fast crash, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Quite fast. But you got up, it were just a few scrapes on it. You didn't roll around like a football player.
No.
But no, say overall, mate, again, we'll turn positive now and we'll talk about the 2 seconds and a third.
Yeah, I remember in one of them races that were absolutely soaking it down.
Yeah.
It were awful. I remember coming in and obviously my levers had just pretty much brand new at that point.
Yeah.
All water had seeped through and they ended up dyeing my skin.
Dyeing your skin?
Yeah, it dyed my skin.
God. But yeah, so obviously Snetterton as well, it's far, it's a long place to go, and obviously depending on the weather, I think this was May time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think we had dry races. We obviously had a wet race.
Mm-hmm.
And it's horrible, and any racer and anyone who's watched motorbike racing can relate to this. That horrible weather when you're looking up at the race before yours and there's clouds all around you.
Yeah, I don't mind the wet, to be fair.
You don't mind the wet. You're unfazed, aren't you? But us within your team, like we're looking at whatever, like what the fuck do we send him out on? Because realistically, you can't make your mind up whether you send him out on dries, take the risk, or bloody wets. But yeah, so round 4, Donington.
Yeah, that was a good round, that, to be fair.
It was enjoyable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We had a lot of people down. Obviously, it was our first big hospitality one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Which Mark kindly set up, and me and him ran really well.
Yeah.
I'd say more him, but I had to do all the running around. And but yeah, 3 seconds and a fourth.
Yeah, again, I didn't even realise how well I'd done there, to be fair.
No, but yeah. I'd say it's one of your best rounds, that.
Yeah.
Probably. Obviously, it's, again, that was just the short one, wasn't it? You don't do Melbourne Loop there, no?
No, I've just did national.
Yeah.
Standard, not GP, so...
And what do you think of it anyway?
Yeah, I like it, to be fair. I didn't really expect to be as quick as I was.
Am I right in saying you did a test day there? No, because obviously you did the test day on the Friday.
Yeah, I think it was like
testing, didn't
a month before that. I did the track day, but that was on the GP circuit.
Yeah.
So at least I got a full idea, but
yeah.
It was like 4 groups full of like 50 people, and it was just carnage everywhere. And obviously on a track day, you can't really get any idea of how quick you can actually go because there's just traffic and people going everywhere. But yeah, I got down to a decent time at Donington, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Because the thing is, we can relate to previous Thundersport, we can relate to previous Benzie 600 times, but we've got to understand at the same time, this was your first season on a 600.
Yeah.
And you've exceeded any expectation.
Yeah, you got to stay grounded and realise, like, actually what level you're at instead of, like, jumping too far ahead and maybe, like, cautioning yourself further along the line. We're just trying to take everything steady and as it all comes. So.
Yeah, because the thing is, as much as I talk about on Facebook about, we're buzzing with the results, but we're very humble as well.
Oh, yeah.
We don't show off. We aren't bragging about our results. Like, we take them. We're obviously very happy.
Yeah.
But then, as soon as we get back from one race weekend, straight away the next week, Stu's preparing for the next month, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The work in between rounds do not stop.
Oh no, it's not. It's 12 months. It's like right now.
Yeah.
We're in middle of October. Truck's down at Sean's work.
Yeah.
Dad's working on that. Nigel will be down there. Sean will be down there. Whoever's down there, trying to get the truck painted for next year.
Yeah.
So we're already working next year, even in this year.
Yeah. Aren't we?
Yeah. Let's go.
We have Cadwell, Snetterton, and Brands to talk about.
Yeah.
In which they are arguably 3 very positive rounds again.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously coming up, talking about Snetterton, which was...
Cadwell was the one where it was the last one before we had a massive break on it.
Yeah,
so that would have been
had
like
that mum's break.
The start of July or the start.
Yeah, that was because I went to Zante and that was the last week of June, first week of July.
Yeah,
and then they joined the Sidecar Revival.
Oh yeah, that
so
were
they do
it.
the odd classes with them, which is don't fall in our 600 category, does it?
No.
But so Cadwell, in which again we had Did we have hospitality?
Yeah, we did. We had it down in Bottom Field.
Because obviously I wasn't at this, so I'm quite unaware. But
I think quite a couple of them got told off, and marshals were having a go, so we just shifted them some Vocation Ebden Lager and sweeteners and up.
We'll talk about that when it comes to Snetterton. But so Cadwell, results wise. We got 1 second and 2/3, in which you probably sat there thinking, right, you've spoke about 4 races every other round, but unfortunately, the last race of Sunday,
it was. I think it was the first 1,000 race on Sunday, so it was like just before I was due to go out. Actually, it was like 2 races before I went out, and there was a bit of an incident coming out of Charlie's 2, going on to back straight at Cadwell. And they had a little, well, not a little bit of a crash, fairly big crash. And Jack got pretty hurt, the lad that come off. And I think everything that happened there on that day, like all the air ambulance turned up and all that sort of stuff, and he got shifted off to Hull, where he's actually today made a full recovery. And I was speaking to Craig Dancer's dad at Snetterton, and he said a couple of weeks after that, it was like nothing had ever happened to him, like it had just been just normal.
Like you wouldn't have thought. But, so obviously it were 3 races, but within them 3 races, I was looking at TSL while I was away, and I've got to be honest, I was shitting myself because I saw the grid. First of all, I saw qualifying and the names within it, man. Jesus Christ. Like, obviously, again, you think, he's saying it again, but it's your first season on a 600, and then you've got all these bloody stock lads turning up, and obviously they're very talented lads. Very good. Very talented lads, and you can't take that away from no one. And on very quick bikes, obviously the same bike as yours, but these have been experienced, haven't they? Riding against a very good grid, equally and better riders. So you got 1 second and 2/3.
Yeah.
Coming out of that, you've got to be happy, haven't you?
Oh yeah, it were a tough weekend because I don't know. Cadwell's one of them ones where I can either be in the groove or not in the groove.
You can either love it or you hate it. It's one of them.
If you don't click on the weekend, then it just don't work. I could have been, I don't know, a couple of seconds quicker than I was there, but it is what it is. A couple of things come into account, and just like whatever happened, and you know what I mean. And it was just like it was a good weekend anyway. But I'd have been happier if we'd have dropped a couple of seconds off. But the results, as it was, were mega anyway.
On paper, it's very good results, but obviously you're talking there with a very racer-related mindset, in which you could have done this better, you could have done that better. But overall, it's happened now, and we are where we are. We can't take that away, and obviously the results that have come through are still very good. And I think at this point we were a strong second, weren't we?
Yeah.
Well, I know the gap were ridiculous to third, which were either Terry Bryan or Henry.
No, I think
Terry Bryan was up there for quite a bit, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was actually.
At the start of the season, he started really well,
and
then obviously you started to pip through the grid a bit, didn't you? But so Cadwell overall for the social side as well. Obviously, we're going to bring Nathan for that, but you had a lot of people down for that one as well, didn't you?
Oh yeah, there was absolutely
real good photos of you on the podium there.
Oh yeah, there was tons of people there. I think again, one of the ones where we had like 20, 30 people turn up over the weekend. And just to have the support and the people wanting to come and watch and throw their part in, and it was just kind of surreal, to be fair. Cause some people at BSB don't even get that support, and it's a bit.
We're very grateful. For what I say to people is like how you relate the team right now is we're at the Championship. Like if you to relate it to football, you've got BSB Premiership, like Ben's like Championship. So like for a Championship side, obviously for the support we've got is absolutely unreal. And like to kind of relate it in a way, it's like we've got Newcastle support in the Championship. You know what I mean? Kind of, yeah. But if you're to look round like the bloody paddock, but if you're to look round the paddock, and you've got absolutely like how many times have we said how many people do we see in Valley Racing Tops?
I see people in Valley Racing Tops. I don't even know.
Like we have Neil in the group chat and stuff, messaging the group chat. I'm like, I've just seen 2 people in Valley Racing clothing. We don't even know who they are, but it's really good.
Yeah.
And obviously for the amount of members, and it's just people who have slowly got throughout the season.
Yeah.
Which was it is you read it right there. It's surreal. It's quite eye opening, to be fair, because you don't realise at first you ought to think of last season in the 300s, and it was the first round of me, Stu, you, Neil, and Nige setting up, and
just those 5.
Yeah, and to what it's turned out to be now, and everyone we have different people coming each week. It's crazy, man. But obviously, it's very good as well. Really good. So Snetterton, which is the second to last round and the best round of the year, quite simply.
Well, on paper it was,
On paper it was. The race is quite weird again.
Yeah.
They weren't easy.
No,
definitely not. Jack challenged you all the way around, but on paper and declaration, 3 first and a second.
Yeah. I think that second come in the first race of the weekend.
It did.
So yeah, I mean it was just quite weird, because I think there was obviously going to the last 2 rounds and you're thinking, oh, what's going to happen with Championship and all this sort of stuff. And at that point, if Henry was there, he would have turned up and probably won it on that weekend.
Yeah.
But apparently he'd had a crash at Brands Hatch a couple of weeks before that and broke his pelvis or whatever. I don't know the full extent of what happened there. Yeah. But he didn't have a bike to ride anyway, so he went there and obviously
capitalised.
Me and Jack just went toe to toe with each other in pretty much every race.
It was really good to watch it. It's quite funny because we've got on really well with him and his dad this season, haven't we, James? 2 really nice people, just in the paddock, always talking.
Yeah.
And James is very knowledgeable as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, and got some funny stories, which is always a bonus. But and obviously being parked next to him, it's kind of weird because as good mates of him as you are off the grid, on the grid, he was our rival that weekend. Like, you're looking at him and like, we want to beat you. But obviously you want him to do well at the same time. It's one of them where as soon as the visor goes down, it's like, right, race head on.
Yeah.
But no, you were both making some really good overtakes on each other, and you were very close. Like, it were close racing. It weren't just a case of you pissed each race.
Yeah.
It were close right the way up on it. So yeah, you did really well. And obviously weather-wise was nice at times, but it was a bit weird as well. Hard with tyre choices, and again, just a long journey, Snetterton, and it's good to when you're there, but the travelling and everything, it's one of the harshest to go to. So last round,
we'll get into that.
So it is the second of the Brands Hatch Indies, and you come away with 2 seconds, a third, and a fourth.
Yeah.
So
we did. I didn't even realise that, to be fair.
Obviously, it was very good, and the 2 seconds were on the. So it was one on the Saturday, one on the Sunday.
One on the Saturday, one on the Sunday. I think I got a second and a third on the Saturday, and a third and a fourth on the Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, congratulations to Robbie that weekend. He rode unreal, didn't he?
Yeah, he was away with the front lot.
The front lot, which were obviously very good of him. But again, mint results.
Yeah, can't really complain, to be fair. And again, the support that we had down for Brands Hatch, which is probably 5.5 hours from this.
Yeah.
From my doorstep here.
Yeah.
It's a fair old trek, and to say that we had, I don't know, probably, I think the hotel next to Brands Hatch, I think people that were coming to
we had
watch
10
us.
people at least.
We had at least 10 rooms there.
Yeah.
So it were
quite
kind of
funny.
mad.
Because really, it's like obviously you travel down on the Thursday. Me, Neil, and Jeanette come down on the Thursday night.
Yeah.
And then people in
Just
dribs and drabs start coming in. We're like, it's eye opening. We save a spot for Mark, and it's like, Jesus, he needs to park there. He needs to park there. Where their car's going to go for the hotel, and we're like, Jesus, like it's unexpected, isn't it? But it's really good. And socially, we had a good weekend that weekend as well. We got together on the nights, didn't we? Had some nice meals and stuff. So
had some takeaways, cheap takeaways. You know what I mean? So.
A Chinese and a Domino's.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're
spoiled for choice.
Really good. But yeah, so obviously going into that weekend, it could have been possible that we almost got the championship, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was that possibility, and obviously when Henry were there, it was like, right, okay, focus on yourself, what you can do, and obviously, for what I've just said there, you did what you could.
Yeah, I did. Well, especially on the Saturday, I finished in front of him
twice
in both the races. But what I didn't realise is that obviously Callum Manley had come up from the rookie 600s and he was coming out to play with us lads in Clubman.
Yeah.
But he was like getting in between us, but it wasn't splitting us anyway because he wasn't taking any points.
Yeah.
So
overall Saturday night we didn't know, but Henry actually won the. He didn't win the championship, did he? But all he had to do was like finish in a specific spot on the third race on Sunday.
Yeah.
And obviously that's when he won it. So we all went to go congratulate him. It was quite funny.
Yeah.
Because about 15 of us all matched over.
Yeah.
And everyone were like, who are they off? Who are they off to see? But no,
I think everyone in paddock were going, bloody hell, is the trouble around here or something?
Load of people in grey shirts marching. But in the end, we just went to go shake his hand, obviously congratulate him.
Oh,
he's been amazing.
Oh, he's been faultless all year. I think he's managed to get like 15 wins or something, which is literally like...
And that were a new bike for him that weekend as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was new R6, because he's been on an old R6 all year, hasn't he? Which is, obviously, we chose the Kawasaki 636, which is stock, isn't it?
Yeah.
But his is it a Super?
I don't know.
I don't know, to be honest. But either way,
I think he's going to be riding his new one in Super Sport next year. I think that's what he said to us.
That were the plans, wasn't it? So obviously, best of luck to him because it's been an awesome racer all season, and obviously to Jack as well. Just well done to him because if you're to look at the overall standings of the year, so Henry overall won it. You were 44 points behind.
Yeah.
And to say, right, you're 44 points behind Henry, right, and your overall points in the Clubman Championship were 479.
Yeah.
That, for a first season, by the way, is unreal.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Just consistency, to be fair.
Yeah. Each round getting a medal and like...
We were just consistent and
like,
it wasn't like, oh, go silly, just do what you can do and just bring it home as long as you're comfortable and as long as you're staying within the parameters that you can ride in.
Exactly,
you'll be all right.
Because we're barely finished below the top 15, did we?
No.
Maybe 1-2 races the full season, but other than that, absolutely mint. So overall season stats, which is absolutely amazing to read out. You've had 3 wins.
Right, yeah.
You've had 12 seconds, which is...
That's consistent.
That's consistent, but annoying at the same time because you're like, for God's sake, just give me gold medals. And then you had 7 thirds.
Right.
But
that's all right as well.
So to say you've had 23 medals this season in your first... Oh, no. Sorry, 22.
No, that'd be 23, that.
No, it's 22. 12 plus 3, 15. Plus 7, 22.
Yeah.
So I messed up.
Oh, well. You always mess up.
I always mess up, but it is what it is. And, yeah. But overall, mate, 22 overall medals this season. Mental, innit?
Oh, that's mad. They're all lined up on sideboard in there.
You tried
room.
You tried putting some on your windowsill at first, so we put them on there, it looked real good and everything. Then all of a sudden it's like, shit, where do we put these? We've got a massive thing, like, we'll have to take a photo to try and maybe edit into this.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to show everyone how many we've actually got. And we've got the dinner coming up, haven't we?
Yeah, well, that'll be next year, that. But, oh, yeah, for Bemsey.
Bemsey, we've got the dinner, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know when in November sometime.
18th of November.
18th
First
of
day
November.
NEC bike show.
Is it midweek or is it?
No, it's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. I don't know these things. And anyway, so we'll probably go to that during the day, won't we, the bike
Yeah,
show,
yeah.
which will be really good. It'll be absolutely rammed as well.
Probably.
The first Saturday of it will be. But anyway, and then we've got the meal on the night, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which I was also a bit thingy about because it was real posh food, wasn't it?
I don't really know, Kieran, to be honest. I just put some options down.
I know. We were talking, I was like, what's this, what's that? And all the other lads.
I think we'll be able to put some clips into this actually from Brands Hatch, because at the end, when obviously I come in and did my burnout and got off the bike, and Mark started throwing champagne all over me. But I had a bottle of water in my hand.
Oh, so you got him back.
Mark turned around and I turned around at the same time and threw my water all over him.
He didn't realise, did he? He didn't have a clue.
I got him.
There has been a lot of funny moments this season. That's obviously going to be coming up with Nathan when we get his perspective of things with his mates, because they've been very consistent in coming all year as well.
Yeah.
Him and Ian mainly.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously the rest of them is.
I don't think Ian's missed a round this year.
That's it.
Oh,
it's mint, isn't it? Proper good. Better than me as well.
Yeah, I know. And
so
you work for us. You're on payroll, you.
I wish. But yeah, obviously, so that concludes the 2023 season review. Obviously, mega, but at the same time, humble.
Yeah.
Because obviously next year we want to better that, don't we?
Yeah.
So right, as of now, it's probably not best to talk about plans as there's stuff in the pipeline and we're a bit indecisive, aren't we?
Yeah.
But we'll have a better idea of that come probably December time.
Yeah.
Which will probably be the next get-together for me and you. There will be get-togethers in between, but that's when we'll probably do another podcast. And we'll be declaring next season's plans, which is obviously exciting because we have a few options in mind, don't we?
Yeah, we've got a fair few. So
obviously it's a bit gutting about what BSB's happened to.
Yeah.
But it kind of messed up our plans a bit, didn't it? But it is what it is.
We'll just see how it goes, and yeah, we'll look forward to next year. Obviously the prep's already started, so
yeah.
Let's get going.
Already started. We've finished 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Mental. But yeah, obviously, thank you for listening. If you haven't already, subscribe.
Yeah, and like,
comment if we're good or if we're shite, be honest.
And we'd just like to shout out all sponsors from this year, because literally every single one of them has been absolutely mega. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
From sponsoring the bike to the little, is it AI on your, what's on your visor? Can't remember what's on your visor now.
I don't know.
Oh bloody hell, that sounds bad.
Why? What do you mean? What sponsor?
Yeah, the sponsor on your visor.
Oh, Andy.
Andy, yeah.
Yeah, Energy Innovation.
Yeah, Energy Innovations. I was like, oh god, did you forget that one?
No.
But no.
I thought it was AI. Yeah, AI.
I thought it were AI, but no, that's just me being daft. And then obviously all the sponsors on your bike and everything, the liveries looked awesome this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's been
100%.
Definitely not being biased, but the best looking bike on the grid.
100%.
100%. And then obviously the support that comes with it, everyone in the background, all the 91 club members.
Yeah, as well.
Absolutely amazing. And obviously congratulations to all the raffle winners.
Yeah. So they managed to win their 100 back. I think there's 7 or 8 winners over that year. So yeah, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you next year at some point.
100%. So thank you for listening, and see you in a bit.
Thank you very much.